House of Glory fans, I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. The War Within was a very good show done by House of Glory at a Boom on Northern Boulevard in Queens, New York. I still prefer NYC Arena because that place is only 20 minutes from my house. I was shocked they didn't get the crowd in. And it wasn't until like almost 7 o'clock they started letting the crowd in, and they were scheduled to start the show at 7:30, but I think 7:35 it started. Alright, well, the show begins with singles action as Gringo Loco challenged Casey Navarro for the Cruiserweight Championship, and in the early going, Navarro leaves the ring and he gets the microphone and he said something to the crowd about the Knicks. Well, Navarro never fails to deliver. And, you know, definitely impressed with Gringo Loco. This match, they had some pretty hot and heavy moments with each other to the point where eventually, I think Navarro tried for a super poison Rana off the top rope, but Gringo hit a twisting super bomb off of the top rope or the second rope. And Gringo Loco defeated Casey Navarro to become the new House of Glory Cruiserweight Champion. And after the match, they hugged, shook hands, and Navarro said something, put the belt on Loco's shoulder. I forgot what he said after that. Ugh, my eyes. So we'll see what kind of champion, Cruiserweight Champion Gringo Loco will be. Up next was the six-man tag team match, as we were set to see making his House of Glory debut, AJ Francis, who was accompanied by an entourage of I don't know how many gentlemen came to the ring with him, as he joined forces with the Cash Flow, Ken Broadway, and Jay Bougie, as they were set to battle with the Last Entertainer, Encore, and two mystery partners. Encore hits the ring, and he's triple teamed, but then out comes Sweet Cheeks Joey Silver, and out comes, surprise, Big Game Leroy Green. I forgot what kind of handheld console Leroy had in his fanny pack, and he had got Francis, and even referee Nick Shinde were playing, and I think Francis attacked Leroy for that. It was pretty good to see. Eventually, the end came when AJ Francis gave Encore a huge choke slam and scored the pinfall at 11 minutes 9 seconds, enabling AJ Francis, Cashflow, Ken Broadway, and Jay Bougie defeat Encore, Joey Silver, and Leroy Green. After the match, Broadway, Bougie, and Francis triple teamed Encore, and Broadway was going to give Encore one more match, and I think it's happening at, the Glory of War in Boston the following night, but I won't be there for that one. Okay. And the next was a match that wasn't even announced, as we saw Michael Fane accompanied the ring by Blackman, representing the Black Hand, as Fane took on Jody Ora. At one point, there seemed to be dissension with Fane and Blackman, to the point where Blackman's on the apron and Fane pushes him off the apron. Eventually, Ora defeats Fane at 6 minutes 1 second with the go-to-sleep type move that Con Man Puke tried to make famous. Up next was women's tag team matches, as we saw the women's champion, the Ultraviolet, and Diamond Virago do battle with Sexy Star and Reina Dorado. These ladies, I know Hospital don't have too many women in their division, but once again, Ultraviolet has been champion for nearly 2 years, and there are times either she's in a tag match, or she doesn't have a match, or she's not booked. My goodness, I don't even know who they're gonna have to unseat her. I forgot who got pinned or who hit the move, but it looked like the one-winged angel that Kenny Omega was known for. Don't know who hit the move, but Sexy Star and Reina Dorado defeated Diamond Virago and Ultraviolet at 11 minutes 17 seconds. Up next, we see the Ghetto Samurai Nolo Kitano, accompanied by his I can't remember those kind of ninjas. Anunnakis, as Kitano challenged La Sombra Carlos Ramirez for the Crown Jewel Championship. There was a ref bump, the ninjas ran in. I forget how it ended, but Ramirez defeats Kitano at 10 minutes, 30 seconds to retain the Crown Jewel Championship. Then out comes Hillary P. Wisdom and current Legacy Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champ Idris Jackson. And they were challenging Ramirez to a Crown Jewel title match for Glory of War the following night. And then I forgot, was it Wisdom or Jackson who made a remark about Mexicans, which prompted a chant of "That's so racist," or "That is racist" from the crowd. Ramirez offers the match if Jackson puts the LPW title on the line, and he agrees. And Ramirez said, "Now I'm going to celebrate my victory," and he grabs Hillary P. Wisdom and power bombs him in the ring, and left him seemingly laying. Next up, we were set for a handicap match as Charles Mason, Raheem Royal, and J.R. Monty, collectively now known as the Cold-Blooded Killers, were set for a 3-on-2 handicap match with Jay Lyon and Ringleader Midas, the main event, the current tag team champions. Just as the match is about to get underway, out comes Commissioner Jason Solomon, and he says, this will not be a handicap tag, but this is now going to be a 6-man tag team match. And out comes main event's partner, making his return to House of Glory action for the first time since last summer's High Intensity, Mr. House of Glory himself, the Amazing Red. Tremendous match these two teams had, and I forget who got pinned, but Amazing Red and main event were victorious over the Cold-Blooded Killers at 13 minutes and 27 seconds. And then it was time for the main event as former WWE's wrestler Matt Riddle challenged Mike Santana for the House of Glory Championship. These two had a hot and heavy matchup, and it could have gone either way, seemingly. And eventually Santana hits with I don't know if it was a spinning, but it was a lariato! And Santana defeats Riddle at 11 minutes 50 seconds to retain the heavyweight championship. And after the match, Santana talks about on Saturday, June 8th, Puerto Rican weekend. They're going to have many wrestlers, past, present, and future. And Santana pretty much made the announcement to the crowd that the man who pretty much put Puerto Rico on the map for pro wrestling, World Wrestling Council, not sure if he still owns it, but it's none other than Carlos Colon. And great way to end the night. And the show ran straight through without intermission. It ended at 10 o'clock. I think it's because they had like some kind of a concert was taking place there later in the night. But personal notes is great seeing Chris, Ariana, Chrissy, Tony, spelled with an I, James, Michael Sorrentino, I think that's how it's, I forgot, I apologize if I got his last name wrong. Eric Alford, Lizette, wow, can't remember. Forgot who else was there. Now, we have a memorable quote. OG, OG, OG. These two dudes standing near me who knows I've been going to shows, so many shows over the years. I think one of them was really, I don't know if he was drunk off his rocker or he was really like almost having a war of words with Chrissy during the Carlos Ramirez Nolo Kitano matchup. This La Boom, for those who don't know, is a nightclub, and it had like a low. The ceiling was pretty low, and there were like 4 gigantic disco balls by the by each turnbuckle. And there was one man with a huge noisemaker. He kept spinning around as the night standing near me. He was spinning that around throughout the show. So, I don't know. Like I say, the heat took it out of me because it was pretty warm in there at first, but maybe they turned the fan or air, I don't know if it was air conditioning they had in the building, or it was like a fan system. At that point, I forgot what. I think it was right after the ladies tag team matchup. My mouth was so dry. I had to go get some water, and those bastards, they charged $7 for a bottle of water. If I didn't have a debit card, I would have turned around and said no, thank you, and sweltered and gone home with a dry mouth. Of course, can't believe it's been an entire year since I met Ariana and Chrissy. Oh, and Francisco too. Let's see. Oh, Brian XL noticed me when I came in and went into the building. Brian, I hope you're. I don't know if you get to watch my videos, but I hope you're enjoying them. If you do. Well, there was another announcement made. Current AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland returns to House of Glory on Friday, July 26th, as House of Glory presents pretty much their biggest show of the summer, High Intensity. No word yet on any matches for that one. But, as I said, House of Glory will be in Boston, well, the following night after this very show that I'm talking about here, with Glory of War. Saturday, June 8th, it's Mike Santana presents Puerto Rican Weekend. We already announced it's Carlos Colon. And Friday, July 26th, House of Glory High Intensity with the return of AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland. Now, as I said goodbye to the ladies and I was heading towards the door, I believe, Chrissy, you were the one saying look out for creeps and weirdos. Well, you have a valid point because nobody knows what they're going to encounter on the street or on a train or on a bus or at a store somewhere. But I can tell you firsthand, Chrissy, that's where my earphones come into play. I would usually be listening to listening to music on YouTube. You should have seen me long ago. I would be rocking out a CD player with earphones. And by the way, I don't know if it still works or not, but I have a CD player. Can't play CDs. One CD player, portable CD Discman, that I still have. Can't play CDs anymore, but the radio stations still come in. I know nobody really listens to radio stations anymore unless they're in their car. House of Glory, I don't know if you'll ever get to do another show at La Boom again. I do, again, prefer NYC Arena. That's only a 20-minute train ride from my house. And I can't believe I actually came right from work for this show. And, man, oh man, oh man. What else can I say about this event? Oh yeah, James Santiago, I think it was during the women's match, he was singing Eminem's Ass Like That. And I said to him, that song came out 20 years ago. And I said it's also a song for all the perverts out there. Hey. Mm. What else can I say about this event? Ooh. I don't know. I mean, no match has been announced yet for Mike Santana's Puerto Rican weekend. I'm not sure if I'll be there June 8th, since there's a few other shows running that night too. And considering House of Glory's Puerto Rican weekend starts at 5 p.m. I mean, I'm surprised. A show on a Saturday at 5 p.m., unless there's something going on in that building later in the evening. House of Glory was good to see it live for the first time, because this was my first House of Glory show since March, and I can't remember the name of that show. Okay. But like I said, I don't know if I'll be there June 8th. July 26th, High Intensity, good possibility, and tickets are already on sale for that one, folks. Once again, as far as Laboom charges $7 for a bottle of water. Next time, I'd rather sweat and go home with a dry mouth. You guys can scratch it. Laboom can scratch and sniff me for that money next time if they ever do a show there again. All right. Can anybody answer this question? What is that music, or if I don't know if it's original music or not, but they play at the beginning and you hear people, a voice saying HOG, as David Adams, the ring announcer, is counting down to when they go live on Fight TV with their shows being streamed on Fight TV. Can anybody answer that? Whether it be Brian. Oh, I forgot. It's good. It was definitely good to see Amazing Red wrestle again. Man, can't believe, a little over 20 years ago, Red was the buzz of independent wrestling, and he's still competing today. HOG, HOG, HOG.